Hello. So, my name's Liz. I'm 33 and I am an alcoholic. I don't really like saying that, even though it's true. I'm in active addiction. I've been to rehab 4 times, inpatient rehab, starting from when I was 28. How long did I do? I think I did 7 weeks, and then I went again, I think 3 months later, and I did another 2 months, and then when I was 30, I went to the other ones that I went to, they were like 12-step, God-based, religion, faith-based. The one I went to when I was 30 was a TC rehab, which is therapeutic community, which means the residents manage the residents basically, and you pulled up on behaviour, and that was a full-on experience. You have 3 people per bedroom. It's funded through your Centrelink that you receive in Australia. 85% of it goes to your food and your housing and treatment, which is really good, and you still have a little bit left over just for any extra type of food you want, or toiletries and blah blah blah, anything extra you need that they don't provide. I did that program because I became homeless because the situation got bad where I was living with my mum and my brother and his girlfriend, and they ended up placing a DVO on me, which is a domestic violence order. So I was not able to go back to the property, so I became homeless. I was living in my ex-partner's camper van, parked outside of a gym so I could use the facilities. I was paying $10 a week for the gym, and so I was able to shower and use the toilet. And that was pretty scary and lonely. That was in winter, by myself. I had I can't think of the words right now. What is it? Oh my God, blank. Solar panel charger for my phone. Like a little device thing you can buy. I had no electricity. I had kind of camp lights because he took the keys, obviously, because he didn't want me to drive it. So anyway, when I was 30, I went to the rehab, and I did learn a lot about myself. I have no regrets there. I did 4 months there. The whole program was 6 months. I ended up getting involved with someone, which is really stupid, and was not concentrating on myself. I was concentrating on the person. It was a distraction. So after there, then I had nowhere to go after there, so I went into a women's crisis homeless shelter. And they give you 3 months that you can stay there until you find accommodation, which was worrying for me because I did return to drinking. I suffer really badly. Like, I have GAD, which is generalized anxiety disorder. I have social anxiety, and I'm like obsessive compulsive disorder, where I just constantly worry about things. I'm just basically constantly worrying, and it was like severe depression since I was a little kid. I never fit in. Yeah, bullied at school, bullied by my dad. Was never good enough for my dad. Yeah, I didn't have the best childhood. Not that you can blame everything on that, but I definitely think it contributes. I was just a sensitive kid, and I know bullies seem to target the ones that are sensitive just because they know they're an easy target and they're not going to defend themselves. And yeah, that happened to me. Anyway, that's kind of a bit of backstory of why I started drinking. And I just remember when I took my first drink, it was like, oh my God, I feel like I can talk to people. I feel like I just finally felt comfortable in my own skin. So, that's kind of how it all started. And it only ever is a temporary fix because you wake up in the morning and all your problems are there again. And I lost a pretty good, a really good relationship, probably the love of my life, because I couldn't stop drinking. We're still good friends now, but yeah. I met a guy in rehab. Someone, you know how you meet certain people in your life that you, especially if you're like me, you don't really gel and bond with everyone, but he was so similar to me and we just had a really good connection. And he actually passed away. He passed away last year, and he suffered really badly. He, ended up vomiting blood, wasn't eating, blood transfusions in hospital. He used to discharge himself. I don't think he wanted to know what was wrong with him, and he ended up, his dad kicked him out of his place, and he ended up dying in a van by himself. He bled out under a bridge, and a gardener found him that found blood at the back of the car, so they called the police, and they thought that his body could have been in there for up to 3 days. That's the reality of it, and I miss him, and I kind of feel like I don't have anything to stop drinking for. I've been sober before and I can't deal with life. And it's not a cop-out, it just feels like I've got this huge empty hole inside in my solar plexus, and I'm into spiritual healing and everything like that, and I've read so many books, but it's just, I don't know how to do it, and I'm scared because I guess it'll just happen to me. I'll die too, and it's a slow, painful death. It's scary. It's something I think about often. I've watched a lot of documentaries on it on YouTube, or that I can find. I'm drinking at the moment usually about a 6-pack of 500ml beer. So that's it's about 11 and a half standard drinks, sometimes more than that. I have my weeks where I can drink it'll be 20 standard drinks a day. I can't drink wine. I black out. I used to drink wine before I had 3 months sober this year, and I drink beer now because I just sort of pace myself throughout the day. What's to say? Like, I just thought I'd make this. If anyone else is struggling, you're not alone. I feel like it's just an obsession, a compulsion. It's like going to the bottle shop, you feel that it's like you nearly get an excitement, like a rush. And then even just having my drinks sitting there make me feel better without even having had any. I don't know what it is. They say it's a brain disease. I've done a lot of AA. You're forced to do AA when you're in rehab. I don't really like it. If it's work for anyone else, that's great. I'm not. Whatever works for you works. In a perfect world, I'd like to be able to moderate my drinking. And I don't think that I can do that. Like, I wouldn't be able to buy a carton of beer and just have it sitting in the kitchen and, just gonna have my, I'd have to hide it somewhere, or I don't know. I've even thought about getting a little storage shed to save me money so I don't have to spend $17 a day on a 6-pack, sometimes more. So I can just, it works out. The crazy things we think. Craziness. I'm just sort of entering this to see if anyone else out there is struggling and wants to reach out, and I understand. And I have my good days, I have my bad days. I don't like going many places. Like, I only like to go to the shops if I have to get food. I sort of become a very secluded life. A lot of time on my own, in my own head. I don't really have any friends. My mum is sort of like my best friend. It's quite sad, really. That's why I drink, I think, a lot of the time, to numb out the pain. I'm going to leave it there. So that's a little bit about myself.